in my experience, as I think for me, in a strange way, or maybe not so strange, as I look back now, I'm actually quite grateful for my quite intense bodily responses, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, because they were a sign that something in my environment or needed to change, or I wanted to learn to support myself better, or even just get to know myself and understand myself. So I'm kind of quite grateful, really, that I've kind of been through that, to be honest. And I remember one of the first things I got into, actually, when I was kind of, I'm going to make a change, this is, I'm not feeling right, was meditation. And when I started to meditate, I remember one day having this kind of insight, or over a period of just realizing I have a body. I honestly don't think for more than 20 years I really appreciated that, I have this sack of bones and this nervous system and this gut and this heart, and I genuinely was unaware. I really, really do believe that. That's how I was. I was numb to, I wouldn't really notice things I just wouldn't.
So we're a species that say we have a body, and most animals are just busy being a body.
Yeah.
Which lends itself to the way that you defined embodiment, isn't it?
And I reckon that is an education piece. That's a really profound and kind of timely education piece, because as the climate crisis descends upon us, and this sense of remembering, connecting back to that essence of being, which is I am a body. I am in a body. I am. What else? What is my experience of being if not in a body? Where else am I getting? Where else is my experience located? And how is my brain separate to that?
Yeah.
Like what? What a totally diseased notion. What a totally ill notion.
You've mentioned overstimulation and stuff a few times, and that seems connected to me. And you touched on it. I can't remember if we were on air or not, about this mind-body.
Yeah, we were talking about the mind-body connection,
Yeah.
and about the idea of mental health.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think you talked about it with Ben, didn't you?
Yeah, on the podcast.
And I was saying, I really agree with that. The problem with mental health means that it locates it in the mind.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a whole body thing. We are mostly animal, and we seem to forget that. We seem to think that we're somehow separate from the natural world.
Well, people talk about mind-body.
Yes,
but people do literally label them as two separate things.
And actually we're a whole, and we know that there's neurons in the gut and various other places. So, we have access to all sorts of wisdom.
But I think that's I don't think many people know that.
I don't think many people do either.
I honestly didn't, until I did that podcast with Ben, my mind just went,
yeah.
Because I think I always did think I've got my mind and I've got my body, and my mind interacts with my body and my body interacts with my mind, but I never saw them as one. And even now that I still kind of find that difficult to grasp, but I'm seeing it all as one big access point in a way. One big body of which my brain is a part of my body just as much as my lungs are. And because I often hear people talk about, when I work on my mental health, I'm working on my mind. And I'm always a bit like, are you? Because that's not my experience of working on my mental health. Yeah. My experience of working on my mental health is me telling my therapist that my left leg feels weird, and then suddenly I'm, talking about my mates or what's happened to me in that day or how I feel or whatever. So